Ladies, did you know that 85% of 4,000 men surveyed in Britain reported to be more attracted to a woman if she had just put on some perfume prior to a first date? Now, if you're wondering which perfume men like the most in that survey, the men surveyed said My Way by Giorgio Armani was their absolute favorite. Thomas Anthony here, co-founder over at mloves.com, where we help single men and women find love and find love quickly with our coaching programs called Dating Decoded. And in this video, we're going to walk through 11 proven ways that you can be more attractive to men. And I've consolidated a lot of information. I've asked some of our male coaches and our male students in our men's program that are out dating right now in 2024. And I've asked them, what do you find attractive in women today? And what do you not find attractive in women today? And this video is going to roll out all the data that we have, including some studies. Show some interest. So like I said, we've been coaching men for 12 years over at MLoves, a really, really long time. And men get really confused. They usually come back to coaching calls and they're like, well, I'm not really sure that she wants to see me again. She didn't really give any signals or anything that she does want to see me again. So it really is an attractive quality for men, so they know when to pull the trigger and when to not pull the trigger. If you show some signs of interest, but you know what you could do at the end of the date, it's really simple. If they start segueing to, hey, I want to do something with you next week, you know, be honest with them. Be like, oh, I'd love to, right? Like, show some interest that way. Don't say what you don't mean. So let's not confuse men in 2024. If you feel like you don't want to see them again, it's okay to be a little confrontational, be like, hey, I'm really having a good time. I'm not sure. I see you more as a friend, right? So if you're interested in the guy, very, very important, show some interest. You know what's super sexy and something that men find really, really attractive? It's called a callback. So if you're on a date with a guy and he brings up a topic in minute 10 of the date, for example, and you come back at the end of the date, let's say an hour in, and you call back something that can make him laugh, for example, that tells him that you're actively listening to him and that you are interested enough not just to write off what he was saying. So really important to stay present, like we talked about earlier, but also call something back. You could do a call back on date number 2 or date number 3. After your date, you could take out your notepad on your iPhone, for example, on your notes, and you can actually jot down a couple of things, a little bit of trick. If you really like a guy, jot down a few things that you found that he was really interested in, so you can do a callback later on. Share the mic. Look, dating is a waltz, not a solo act. To win at dating, you need to be able to share the stage. That means understanding the delicate balance between talking and listening. Look, you've been capable of speech for decades now, probably. You understand the importance of sharing the mic. Okay, so what I'm getting at is just be mindful how much you're talking. Okay, we all can get a little nervous and occasionally spend minutes responding to what was probably a yes or no question. Look, my advice, keep your answers short and sweet and interesting. Okay, after you've responded to him, it's time for you to ask a question to him. So if you struggle with dating conversation, or it's been a long time since you've been on a date, consider doing a practice. I know it sounds weird, but consider doing a practice date with a friend or a family member. It's something that we do all the time over at Dating Decoded for Women. Darshil, who is our mock date specialist, he will get on a date with our female students, and it'll be a practice date. You'll get a scorecard afterwards. He'll tell you what he liked and what he didn't like about the date, how you can improve it. So he went through our men's coaching program, and he told me one of his biggest pet peeves is when he goes on a date with a woman and she checks her phone all the time. She looks around at the environment. She walks to the bathroom 4 times. He knows something else is going on. So really, really important. Stay focused on your dates and share the mic. Ask good questions. Go out with a group of girlfriends. No, seriously, back in 2014, a couple of academics actually founded what was called the cheerleader effect. And men actually find women more attractive who are out in groups. So if you want more at bats and you're looking for men in real life, I recommend going out with some girlfriends, and more men will naturally be attracted to your group. The next way to be more attractive to men is to be positive, both on dates and when you're out in the real world. So I asked my male coaches on my team, I asked my male students in my men's coaching program, and it was unanimous. Like, be more positive was like what almost every person said. Nobody wants to go out with a negative Nancy. Nobody wants to go on a date or to meet somebody at a happy hour and have them talk about everything that went bad in their day or their week. So do whatever you need to do to put yourself in a more positive light. It could be as simple as doing a workout before a date. It could be as large as quitting your job, something that might be bringing you down. So figure out on a piece of paper what is bringing you down in your life and figure out ways to get rid of it. Ask good questions that pull at his heartstrings and chunk down. So that's another massive tip when you're on dates, you're meeting men in real life. So ask questions about anything that's emotionally compelling. Let's say, for example, his dog, right? And chunk down. What breed is your dog? When did you get your dog? What are a couple of cute things your dogs do? So whenever you bring up a topic on a date or with a guy in real life, I want you to chunk down. It shows the man that you're really interested in the topic, and it also makes you really a lot more attractive than a woman who jumps from one surface level topic to the next, like an interview. All right, the next couple are physical, and I'm not going to beat around the bush, ladies. Men are visual creatures, so we want to do our best to stay in shape and to look our best. So there was a study by Men's Health, 6,000 men, okay? 63% of those 6,000 men said when they're approaching a woman, the first two places they look are the breasts and the butt, okay? So not trying to make anybody feel bad here, but again, men are visual creatures, so let's take care of ourselves. If we haven't been to the gym for a while, let's get as toned as possible. I know, my wife just, had a baby last year, and I know that there's a lot of circumstances where it's difficult to get back in shape. And good, solid men who are looking for love, which is anybody who comes to M-Loves and our coaching programs, they understand, like, hey, you had a kid? Cool. Let's try to work on ourselves slowly. Let's start to feel better. But just know that 32% of men out there are not looking at the breasts and the butt, which is a much lower percentage. Men are visual creatures. There's nothing we can do about it. Another way to be more attractive to men, especially on dates, is having good breath. And one of my writers on my team, he wrote me a quote, and I'm going to read it for you. And I agree. Halitosis, bad breath, is something that needs to be managed by your dentist. Okay, so Spencer said this. I'm going to read this quote here. It's mind-blowing that a woman can get all dolled up, wear lipstick, slip into a sexy dress, and seemingly check all the boxes she needs to when getting ready for a date, but somehow forgets that she ate a garlic-heavy lunch and her breath's really, really bad. It doesn't matter how amazing she is, or beautiful she is, or how great of a conversationalist she is. If I feel the need to hold my nose every time she opens her mouth, I'll find the nearest exit and jet. That's all I got to say about that. Take care of your teeth, ladies. Straightened and white. There was a study I'm going to drop in the description of this video. It's the most subconscious way for the opposite sex to be more attracted to you. Okay, so Americans spend $1 billion a year on cosmetic dentistry. Take a look at this picture. I'm going to put it up. There's a man and there's a woman split in thirds there. Which version of that man or woman would you rather date? And you can see subconsciously, you can kind of feel a difference. Like, take a good look. Most people, I would agree, would probably say would date the person that has the straighter teeth and then probably a little bit more white teeth. And the last way to be more attractive to men, this one's crazy. I never even knew this. There was a study that was carried out by the University of Manchester, and they examined how long men looked at women's lips if they were wearing pink lipstick, red lipstick, or no lipsticks. And the data was 2.2 seconds. A man would look at a woman's lips without any lipstick. Pink lipstick, it was pretty good. It was 6.7 seconds. And red lipstick was the winner. It was 7.3 seconds that men would look at women's lips in the study. So if you want a little tiny bit of an advantage, wear some pink lipstick. If you want the biggest advantage that you can get, red lipstick. But I'll tell you, I actually like pink lipstick better. So I think that if you're not a big fan of red, I think slide the pink on, and that'll give you a nice advantage. I also like the glossy lipstick. I think a lot of guys, they can catch you'll be able to catch their eye if it's very glossy. I like glossy pink lipstick. That's just me. That wraps up this video. I hope it was helpful for you to learn a little bit more about ways that you can be more attractive to men. And if, dating and relationships, if it's something that you're really focused on now and you're really looking for love, you're looking for a guy who sees, hears, and understands you want to find a relationship, I'd encourage you to watch our free masterclass below. It's about a 30-minute video where Emily walks through how MegaDating, which is dating multiple men at the same time in a low-stakes environment at your own pace, can really help you identify your ideal partner and weed out guys who are looking for short term, and it'll eventually will help you find love of your life, just exactly how Emily did it with her 100 date experiment back in 2012. It's a theory, MegaDating, that we've been teaching for 12 years now, and it's helped so many of our students find love and move on to the next phase of their life, for marriage and kids, or just companionship or partnership. So I'll drop that masterclass below, and if you're really hyper serious about finding love and you're looking for a coaching program, I'd encourage you to book a call with me or a member of my team over at mloves.com. You'll see a coaching program for women. Just go over there and click the Calendly and book your session today.